Look, there's also, well, that you want to shoot the light on the ground. Good. You were here.
No, I was out of town. 4 o'clock. Yeah, I heard it.
Your jacket?
Yeah, I'm going to go back. What, did you clear the table off?
Look at that rusty old car, Mark.
Yeah, I saw.
Well, I think that's what these men were talking about when I was getting the chocolate. They said, well, you know, you got to look at antique cars today, just like if people look at antique furniture. You start refinishing them and you're taking away something. And he said when something's got everything completely original as was, it's going to be worth more.
You know, if you go to the green zone, you know, we're just taking light out the front door and go all the way down there.
This car was a one-family motor car sold late.
At the mother-in-law's seat.
Was the final and most future Rolls Royce prior to the advent of World War II. This particular car was built for the Earl's Court. Our next car from Emmaus, Pennsylvania. This is a 1931 Cadillac 370A V12 Roadster with coachwork by Fleetwood.
I've never seen it.
By Al Dieter of Advanced Auto, perhaps the holy grail of Packers. It is a 1934 Packard 12 1115 Packard Fearless and fierce arrow. This is just
Really nice. Was he not feeling well, or?
the next roadster by Murphy. The saying, it's a doozy, that's where it came from, was the Duesenberg. This was E.L. Ford's masterpiece automobile in 1929 to 1937. A car in 19... rather well because I've written about it for automobile. Ford set up a separate division to market the automobile. The Continental division was separate, even though this used Lincoln componentry. They were very limited in production. Ford built 2,550 in 1956 and another 444 in 1957 before the car was discontinued. At $10,000 each. Another good friend, this is a review. This is a 1932 Stutz DD32 Super Bearcat two-door convertible with nine coachwork.
I'm not be here. I may not be able to. All right, I'll hang out with you. Stick around.
Our next driven by Gordon Upmar. This is a 1933 Duesenberg SJ convertible Victoria with coachwork by Wolfson. Every Duesenberg came with a 420 cubic inch, 265 horsepower inline straight eight with a Lycoming engine built nearby at Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This was an extremely sophisticated automobile. However, Duesenberg Award, and he may not have heard of before. This is one medical Ruston, Maryland, the 1929 Solo Cassini T-O-8AS limousine. Next car, one of my personal favorites on the show.
Well, why don't they lay him back?
This is a 1913 Model 40 overdrive limousine with coachwork by C.P. Kimberlin Another classic insurance. Bill, congratulations, my friend. If you know Bill, he's an incredibly modest individual. In fact, I'll probably call this nut and bolt restoration. Bill restores brass cars. The Packard was 7 years old in 1905, the first Packard having taken the road in 18... The family affair. This is Mr. Gillette of Baltimore, Maryland, with the 1926 Rolls-Royce Phantom 1 Salamanca with coachwork by Barker. This was essentially Rolls-Royce's bread and butter car, if you can say that. Another car you may have never seen before. This is Elton Hostetler of Middlebury, Indiana. None other than our Chief Judge, Paul Sable. Inside joke, Paul, sorry. The Railton was named for speed record holder Reed Railton, a collaboration between himself. This is my good friend Al Chesney from Toms River, New Jersey. This is a 1928 Minerva AF transformable town car with coachwork by Hibbert and Darren. That's Elle in the back seat, and Elle always paints her nails to match her car nails. So it's very important to know that. The winner of the Best Lincoln Award, presented by Bob Romer from Lincoln Continental prototype cabriolet. Edsel Ford was Henry Ford's son, and the man had an incredible aesthetic when it came to designing and building automobiles. Congratulations on that. Gorgeous. Wow, very nice. Our next, William Lyons and William Wamsley set up the Swallow Sidecar Company in 1922. Thus, the SS designation that you see stood for the Swallow Sidecar. Model 34C, in 1924, Marmon Model 34C Sport Speedster. Marmons, like Stutz's, were produced in Indianapolis for 3 decades, 1903 to 1933. This is Jim and Brenda George in Newmarket, Virginia, driving a 1933 Cadillac, Model 450, the Cadillac's chief engineer. The 16 was a massive engine. In fact, there were only two manufacturers who produced a volume-produced 16-cylinder car. Beautiful car, wow. This is our second Stutz of the day, and this is the winner of the American Spirit Award. Open car center is Mark Love of UGI. If Mark is here. Mark Love of UGI, he's here. This is a 1929 Stutz M8 convertible Victoria with coachwork by Hibbert and Darren. We talked about Hibbert. Is Mark Hyman of St. Louis, Missouri, winner of the most elegant open three-door car. This is a 1937 Delahaye 135 Torpedo Cabriolet with coachwork by Pagani and Falaschi. Pagani and Falaschi were an interesting pair. A designer, Joseph Pagani, his partner, Mr. Falaschi, who was the accountant that kept him reined in from doing such wild and crazy things. His cars were referred to as the Teardrop School of Design, but don't ever say, you would have never said that to him because he would have been highly offended. Our next car is from the Cantor family in Oak Brook, Illinois. It's a 19 French Curve Award for closed cars, presented by Bob Lyon of Miller's Mutual Insurance. He is the president and CEO, if Bob is here. Once again, you're going to see just over-the-top, spectacular coachwork. This Tabo Lago is built on a long wheelbase. It's powered by a 4-liter 6-cylinder engine with dual carburetors. This ought to knock everybody out. This is Jim Taylor from Columbusville, New York. This is a 1937 Porsche 853A. Porsches were very, very significant, beautiful automobiles, and later became the foundation for the company you all know as Audi. This particular car was traded in on a year-old Buick in 1952 by a U.S. serviceman who brought the car back from Europe after World War II. The owner neglected the car, stored it in a barn, and it remained there until 2006 when Jim bought the car in the condition that you see. We know today we don't touch things like this. We leave them as they are because a car is only original once. You can't un-restore a car once you restore it. Jim, awesome car. Thanks so much for coming. We really appreciate it. Beautiful car. Remarkably, the car has less than 36,000 miles new. And when it was found in the barn, there was a Nazi pistol found underneath the back seat. The owner will not sell the pistol to Jim once he takes to Spain. Next, 1938 Bugatti Type 57C Arabus drophead coupe with coachwork by Dunlop. This wins the French Curve Award for the best open car. This is Don Bernstein in Summit, Pennsylvania, driving a 1912 Renault Type CB Coupe de Ville. Pat gets extra credit for wearing Pat has a 100-year-old dress on in the back. She's obviously a little uncomfortable today without air conditioning. So perhaps another car we can the winner of the Rolling Sculpture Award in 1952. These were hand-built cars. The chassis was done by Seattle, then sent to Fiat's experimental division, subsequently known in 19 Lamprey Martin Singer automobile, and later Aston Martin's production of cars started in 1929 with 100-liter engine. This up in a 1955 Maserati. This is the winner of the battle. Is the fourth built in a series of just 4 cars, all of which were unique and different. This particular car is believed to be the 1955 Paris Auto Salon show car. It's This is a 1934 Pierce Arrow Salon 12-cylinder Silver Arrow coupe. Pierce Arrow was also caught up in the cylinder wars, and unlike Cadillac, who had LaSalle, and Rome, Italy. Driving the car is Keith Flickinger. This is a 1934 Buick Series Model 96S Sport Coupe. Driving a 1934 Packard 1108 Sports Sedan, coachwork by Dietrich. This is known as the Car of the Dome, and it is the winner of the American Spirit Award for closed cars 1932 to 1942. Congratulations on the award. Okay, our next car should be Don and Dick and Joyce McKinnon, with a 1936 Rolls-Royce Phantom 3 drophead coupe with coachwork by Freestone and Webb. The Phantom 3 was the third iteration of the Phantom, all 6,200 pounds of it. Despite the weight, it was motivated by a 7.3-liter 12-cylinder engine producing 160 horsepower and capable of 0 to 60 miles per hour in 16 seconds. The winner of the American Spirit Award for closed cars 1920 to 1931 is Lamont DuPont, driving Lamont DuPont is 1929 DuPont Model G Club Sedan with coachwork by Merrimack. In the dozen years between 1919 and 1932, a total of 537 DuPonts were built. 8 different models were built during this period of time. Our next car is David Schultz from Tucson, Ohio. David is the Classic Car Club of America president, and also this is a 1930 Lincoln L Type 170 coupe with coachwork by Judkins. Judkins was a favorite coach builder of Lincoln, as was Brunn, as was Locke. The next car I could probably talk about for an hour, but I'm not allowed to. This is my good friend Al Giddings from Cray, Montana, driving a 1930 Willis Knight 66B Roadster with coachwork by Griswold. This car, appreciated. Congratulations, by the way, on receiving the Journalist Award, which I would like to point out. This is Robert M. Hansen of Potomac, Maryland, driving a 1938 Lincoln K, 2-passenger, 3-window, semi-collapsible, and subsequently started building
this girl over here, she said, hurry up.
World War I. When his war contracts were over, he was left with money.
How many awards do they have?
That's why we're going up there. I think
Dave Kane from Bernardsville, New Jersey, is driving a 1931 Pierce Arrow Model 41 convertible. Victoria, with coachwork by LeBaron. Pierce Arrow show car from the 1931 New York Auto Salon at the Commodore Hotel, and is the only one of its kind known to be bodied by LeBaron. The car was photographed by Margaret Bourke White. Winner of the Best Rig Award Open Cars is Dr. Fred Simeon, never seen before. This is a 1933 Squire Roadster with coachwork by Diamond Plow. This is the prototype car. Adrian Squire desired to build a sports car, and he ended up building, I believe, 7 cars, of which 5 are known to survive. It was powered by a 1.5-liter Enzani 4-cylinder double overhead cam supercharged engine motivated via a pre-selector electric gearbox. This car, beautiful car, spectacular, rare. Another Connecticut, driving a 1921 Brewster double enclosed drive sedan. The Wismers also get extra points for wearing period costumes, especially on a hot day. This is a 1928 Pierce Arrow Model 36 sedan. This car was originally as a chauffeur-driven car for actress Marlene Dietrich. And the car was used to drive from her home in the Hollywood Hills to the studio at Paramount Studios. Thanks, guys. We're going to move things along here, so I hope you understand. Thanks for coming. It's Bob Schultz driving. I should have said that earlier. I'm sorry. The next car is a double award. This is Rear Admiral Robert Phillips of Arlington, Virginia, driving a 1955 Ferrari 500. The Phillips family for 52 years. It has an elaborate and extensive racing history. Rather than most Ferraris, which are 12 cylinders, this is a 4-cylinder. The 1941 Lincoln Continental Town Car with coachwork by Durham. This was actually the personal car of industrial designer Raymond Loewy, who later went on to design cars predominantly for Studebaker. It was bodied by Durham in Rosemont, Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia. This is Frank A. Ravina from Pinecrest, Florida, driving a 1950 Aston Martin DB2 drophead, 77 fixed head coupes, 37 drophead coupes. And this is, of course, one of those particular cars. More from Eisenstadt, the Field Heights, New York, brings us a 1954 Seattle 200 CS 2-door coupe. Coachwork by Balbo. This is the winner of the Dawn of a New Era. It was a Turin, Italy company. This is a Fiat 8V engine, much like one of the cars you saw earlier, I should say. HRG by Crofts. We talked about HR Jowlers by its current owner in 1965. The car was disassembled in pieces and brought back to the United States in 1965. Following its extensive restoration, it was first shown last summer in Rose This is owned by the Rich family. This is a 1938 Delage Aerosport with coachwork by Le Tournier and Marchand. This is a Parisian coach builder. There were 12 of these cars built.